So here's a scenario. You see or watch a video of a get out of debt method. Maybe it's for credit card debt or whatever it is you're trying to get out of. Should you just jump in immediately and start using it? Well, slow down. What if that method is not the best method? That's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to give you 3 tips, and we're going to talk about opportunity cost before you just jump in and start executing something that, 1, you may not completely understand, or 2, worst case, you're actually implementing something that isn't the best method for you, and therefore you're not going to get out of debt as fast as you could, and you may end up spending more in interest or more overall than you want to. First, let me say, as I always do with the intro, the government doesn't care about you. Big banks don't care about you. It's up to you to take control of your financial future, because real freedom is financial freedom. If you can transform your finances, I truly believe it will transform your life. I do this show every Monday, Wednesday, Friday to help keep you encouraged on your journey to get out of debt and become debt free, and also to use things like credit cards properly and preserve your wealth. So if you appreciate these, please smash that like button. It helps the channel out. And always, if you leave comments, that helps as well, particularly if you agree or disagree with what I'm talking about, or just share your experiences, because it will help other people. Believe it or not, there's more people in the same position that you are than you may realize. And today I want to give you some encouragement, but also I want you to take a breath and step back, because I put out lots of videos on get out of debt. I've been doing this for a year now, over 200 videos, and there's other people online that put out videos as well. And oftentimes, myself or anyone, when we watch something new and it triggers something in us, we think, oh, fantastic, that makes sense, I'm doing that. But it may not be best for you. So we're going to talk about 3 different things. First of all, opportunity cost. What is opportunity cost? Opportunity cost, in basic terms, is essentially choosing to do this and not this. So in other words, if you had, let's say, $1,000 to invest, you could invest it all in that stock. But that means you can't invest it in that stock because you put it all over there. So you're losing that opportunity. So when we talk about things like methods to get out of debt, if you're using a certain method, that means you're not using a different method. So it would behoove you to take the time to look at the various methods, understand them before you dive into one. So before you jump in to any particular method to help you get out of debt, and by method I mean, for example, Snowball method or Avalanche method, or what I like to call the cashback fire hose method, made that one up, I like it, and there's other ways of organizing your debt, whether it's using personal loans or whether it's using 0% transfer cards. The first thing I would encourage you to do is to run the method that you're learning about with your numbers, right? When I give examples on my whiteboard, I always like to say, okay, I'm going to assume this interest rate, yours could be different. I'm assuming this balance, yours could be different. Don't worry about the actual numbers here. Watch it, plug in your numbers, and then see how it works for you. Move on to another method. Let's say you're comparing 3 or 4. Use your numbers and see how that method works for you, because it can vary based on interest rates and balances and all sorts of things. The second thing, this works for me and I hope it would work for you. Oftentimes when I say things out loud, I will realize I maybe do or don't understand it as well. So I'll look at the method, I'll put in my numbers, and then I'll talk about what I'm doing and say, okay, I'm going to put a personal loan for this percentage rate. I'm going to pay off those 2 cards. I'm going to take that card and I'm going to use a balance transfer to a 0% card. And that's got 12 months. And that, oh wait, if I do the math, oh, that doesn't work. Hold on, let me do it again. And I talk about it out loud. That's the second thing. The third thing, and to me this is the most important thing, I've found, as you can see, I'm not young, I've found in my lifetime when I've had to teach someone else the topic, it makes me understand it to a level that I wouldn't understand otherwise. In other words, you can watch a video, you can read a book, you can hear a podcast, you can say, I get it. Now, to truly make sure that you get it, grab a friend, a family member, a spouse, whatever it is, and say, I'm going to explain something to you. Please listen and then ask questions. I want to see if I understand this properly so well that I can explain it to you, and then walk them through the method. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm using this particular method to reduce my debt. I've got 3 cards at this rate. I'm going to do blah, 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 and you walk through it. You're going to really understand it if you can explain it to someone else, and then they say, oh, okay, I get it, I understand. Or they're going to hit you with a barrage of questions. You can't answer the questions, and then you realize maybe you don't understand it as well as you think you do. Go back and check. Why do I mention these 3 tips? First, run the different methods with your numbers and compare multiple ones. That's the opportunity cost. You want to make sure you're picking the method that gives you the best result. Second, say it out loud as you're doing each method to make sure it's making sense to you. Third, teach that final method to someone else to make sure you really understand it. Why does all this matter? Because some of us are dealing with quite a bit of debt, and you don't want to go down the road and 12 months later realize you made a mistake, or you're not implementing it correct, or it's not giving you the result you thought because you didn't take the time to do the work up front. So I hope this helps encourage you and gives you some tips so that you evaluate things properly. I'm going to put a link down below to a video that I did that shows multiple ways of getting out of credit card debt. And it walks through, I believe, 7 different methods, and it goes through each one. That's a great video to start with because you can see how all these methods vary and how you can compare them one to another before you get overexcited and just jump into the first one you see. Thanks for watching. I hope this is helpful. Have a great day.